Hello everyone, MFPallytime here. To go along with the last guide that I made for new players, I also want to make a little bit more of an advanced guide. Now, in the last video, I talked about how my monitor has a night view mode on it, and I can use that to see pretty well in the middle of the night in Rust. Now, I'm going to assume that players who do this also have the same mode because it'll be a lot easier to get around, but you can also use a torch or a flashlight. But just keep in mind that if you are using a torch or a flashlight, you're going to be a beacon in the middle of the night and other players are going to be able to see you. So I just started. I don't really have much of anything. I have some food, I have some arrows, I have some raw crafting materials. But I am over at Civ Hangar, and I just want to show you guys one of my favorite loot runs that you can use on your server. And because I'm a pretty peaceful player, this is a server that I go to quite a bit, and not everyone here is peaceful. I like to avoid confrontation and try to do this run in the middle of the night. So if need be, once the sun goes down, I will increase the gamma of the video as much as I can, and I hope that it's visible on YouTube. But for right now, we are just going to be waiting for night to fall. So right about now, you can see the area is still red. This is when most players aren't going to be able to see very well. And I just heard another player log out right next to me, so if I wanted to be a dick, I could go over and loot his stuff, but I'm not going to. So I'm just assuming you're starting out at Civ Hangar. Just in case you're curious, if you do join my server to try to raid my house, I'm going to say for the record that I don't live over here. So don't be that guy. But, okay, so the first thing I like to do is loot the brick buildings. Keep in mind that each server has different loot. This server in particular doesn't have a very high drop rate of military-grade weaponry. So you're going to be seeing that I get a lot of just weird ammo and things that don't, that maybe you might not see. But on most servers, I mean, you can get shotguns, you can get M4s, you can get MP5s, you can get 9mm, P25s, or P250s, you can get all kinds of ammo. You can get radiation gear very, very easily this way. We'll probably get a decent amount of that. And unfortunately, this server's set up, so I'm probably going to get a lot of arrows. I'm probably going to get a lot of, what do they call it? Hand cannons, things of that nature. Now, I'm doing this run a little bit different than normal just because I'm starting from one side. So I did the 2 brick buildings. I ran across the middle of the field to go loot what I call the tree house. It's basically a warehouse with a tree going through the middle. And then I'm going to double back and go get this 2-story building. Really, the pattern you do this in isn't a big deal. But, you know, you just want to make sure you're hitting all of these spots. 42 metal fragments, not bad. I'm going to head over here to the radiation tanks. As you guys know, I mentioned this in the last video a little bit. I like to name everything, custom things, and tell my friends what I name everything, just so if we ever do this together and they need to find me, they can quickly figure out where I am. That side's already been looted. And again, if someone has recently done this right before the sun goes down, you will get different results. This isn't tried and true. It depends, you know, how many people are looting these areas and how recently they've been looting the areas. I don't know the exact times on like when items actually respawn, so results may vary, let's put it that way, on a wide number of factors. But if you follow the path I'm doing, you're going to get there's usually loot right here as well. It's been recently looted. You're going to get a very large amount of loot very, very quickly. Night only lasts about 10 minutes, and I'm able to hit 3 pretty prime locations in that time. So after the hangar, you want to find this dark path. I know this may be hard to see on YouTube, and I apologize so much if it is. But that takes you from Civ Hangar to an area I like to call shit loot. Shit loot is comprised of, I believe, 4 crates that are absolutely terrible 99% of the time. You hardly ever get anything good here, but the reason you hit shit loot is because it leads to Radtown. So it's on the way, it's a shortcut to Radtown, so you might as well get these on the way. It really makes sense. Now, at some point during the night, I don't care what kind of monitor you have, I don't care what kind of special setup you have, you will not be able to see anymore. You'll reach a point where everything will be black. And some players can still navigate that. I should be able to navigate that relatively well. But for the most part, when that happens, just stop moving. You don't want to walk off a cliff and hurt yourself. Normally, there's loot on this side. There's loot over here. Got some wood. So disappointing. The loot crates on this server are so disappointing. I don't want you to take this as a reflection of what you might get. I mean, loot runs are normally so fucking profitable on normal servers. There's usually a loot crate right here outside of this building. It's been recently looted. And there's a loot crate in this building. It is worth mentioning that this server just had a fresh wipe. All of the buildings, everything, everyone's inventory, everything was removed off of the server. So that makes people a little bit more desperate to get this loot. So that could be another reason that I'm missing some of these things where normally they would be. I'm cutting through the mountains right now. If you need to see the path I started on again, just go back and you can see that. But we're going to be curving around this mountain here. We're going to be making our way into Radtown, which I believe is directly ahead of me. Yes, it is. It's like I've done this before. Now, you can see the moon's almost at its highest point, which in real life would mean that it's the brightest it's going to be outside. But because this isn't real life, it's going to be completely pitch black dark soon. Now, again, if you can't navigate the area, just stop moving. No one will be able to see you, and you'll be perfectly safe, assuming a zombie doesn't walk up on you. But that does give us a tactical advantage of if someone pulled out a torch, we'll be able to see them near us because it's the blackest part of night, and that would be very easy to detect. We've made it to Radtown, and I can go ahead and loot everything here. Again, there's loot here normally. You can cross the road. There's loot here normally. Got a pickaxe. Some radiation pills. I could put those on my hotbar, but we probably won't generate enough rads for that to matter. Then you make your way upstairs of, I believe I call that the garage. And there's going to be 2 more crates up here. Oh, this one's a weapon crate. I bet I'll get a bow. Oh, a hand cannon. God, the weapon crates on this server are so disappointing. You can see it's getting very, 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 very dark. It's almost to the point where we're not going to be able to see much. I need to cross the road and loot the 2-story. And once again, the reason I'm able to do this isn't because I'm using some program to alter my gamma. It's not because I'm using some kind of third-party program to give myself an advantage. It's just simply built into my hardware, so I'm taking advantage of it. Not everyone is going to be able to take advantage of this. And then there's one more building to loot. I thought I heard footsteps. It's making me a little nervous because, as I showed, I really don't have anything to defend myself with. And it's getting very, very dark. We got some 9mm ammo. We can get something on this side, maybe. You can see even in these buildings, it's nearly impossible to see. But that's the full loot run. And because I know my way back, I'm going to keep moving. But this is typically the time of night that you would want to stop moving and stay still. Look at that, pitch black all of a sudden. Can't see a damn thing. But I play this game too much. So, my goal now is to head back to the area dubbed zombie tanks. Because at zombie tanks, you can get a decent amount of loot off of the zombies, but there's also crates there that you can loot if you're diligent enough. I'm probably not going to loot all of them in this video, simply because I don't have very much radiation gear, and I only have a few rad pills. So probably not something I'm going to be taking advantage of too much. But this is certainly the time of night that you would want to stop moving and just make sure that you're in a safe area. No one's going to be able to find you if you don't move, because they will not be able to see anything either. And I think, if my calculations are correct, it's also worth noting that this server doesn't have fall damage. So that's another reason I'm being a little bit advantageous. My calculations are correct. There should be zombies in front of me the way I'm looking, so I don't want to go any farther while I can't see. And then zombie tanks should be in front of that. So now we wait. Okay, it's gotten to the point where I can kind of see. I have to kind of strain my eyes. It doesn't help that there's a light on behind my monitor, but I can see that there's a zombie here. Oh, and what do I get? Large wood storage blueprint. I'll take it. It still probably wouldn't be too smart for me to go into this field, but I should be okay. I think I'll be okay. Got some wood and some food. And that's the beautiful thing of this as well. You can kill these zombies in the middle of the night. And as long as you can see them, you're fine. I mean, who's really going to stop you? No one comes out here to kill zombies at night except for Hengist. It just got a little bit brighter, so I'm able to see pretty well. I'm going to be making my way over to the actual tanks. These are the 2 crates that I recommend you guys loot. Again, I hope you can see this. I really do. These are the 2 crates I recommend you guys loot. They're going to be right next to the tank and right next to the road. I hope this isn't a black zombie. It is. Shit. 2, 3. How many arrows do I have? 4. I have plenty. Okay. What did he have? He had a little bit of food, a little bit of ammo. Okay. Let's check these crates over here. Here's one with some more arrows in it, which is exactly what I need, so I'm not going to complain. And where's the other? I don't believe the other one's here. And the other one's not here, or at least I can't see it. And then there's a slab of wood near the road that usually has some loot on it. Oh, it's right here. And we still have plenty of time to spare. Plenty of time to spare. So that's basically the full loot run. So let's go ahead and I'll head back over here. Try to be diligent about making sure there's no zombies around me because there are more crates I can loot. And because I have rad pills, I'm able to take advantage of being able to fend off some of this radiation. Not seeing any zombies too close to me. There's usually some boxes in the field. There's always some back here. This has been looted. And this has also been looted. So someone else is out here on a little bit of a night run. That would also explain why all of the zombies have been cleared out. So someone else is taking my advice. Look at that. Yeah, this has all been cleared. They even looted the field. Okay. Well, there's plenty of time for us to head back over to the hangar and do one final sweep before the sun comes up. We actually have plenty of time. Realistically, if you were fast enough, you could probably head back over to Radtown again. Now, the respawn time on this loot will vary from server to server, and once again, I can't stress the contents of these crates will vary from server to server. You can get incredibly geared incredibly quickly depending on what the server item drops are, the server loot tables. So keep that in mind. You will likely benefit a lot more from this run than I have in this particular video. But you can see we're right back where we started, right at the brick buildings. And it doesn't look like the loot has quite respawned yet. But there you go, guys. That's the run I like to do in the middle of the night when I feel the safest. I can avoid all the players. And I mean, look, we have a full inventory of stuff. Granted, it's not the best stuff, but it's stuff. It's stuff nonetheless. Let's go check out Treehouse again, see if anything respawned there. And we can also go check the hangar because someone looted the hangar earlier. But alright guys, if you found this video helpful, if you like my loot location, there is going to be a map down in the video description. So if you want to get an idea of where all these places are that I'm talking about, you should be able to figure that out from the map. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please be sure to hit the thumbs up button below. Leave us a comment down below as well. And if you are new to this channel, I encourage you to subscribe. I don't know how many Rust videos there's going to be on the channel, just fair warning. Ouch, he bit me. Go away, dog. Alright, let's see if there's any loot here. What do we have? Some rad pills. And you can see it's just starting to turn red outside, so that's my signal to get the fuck out. Thank you all for watching. Okay, bye.